What is up, my string beans, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in our circuit overload here in our prehistoric DLC. Let's see. In the last episode, we did this guy. We set up our spawn. And we also set up this guy. And no, I think I did this one off stream so that I could just show this guy. But this is our infinite clay generator. If you want to check out how we built it, the mechanics of it and everything, go ahead and check out the last video. But I have this one going on, and it's working on a hot polluted this vent right here. And the only difference between this one and this one, well, actually, I guess there's two differences, right? The two differences is that because this is just a normal one, this is infectious, and in fact, I recommend using this method with infectious ones. So the infectious one brings out, it squirts out, little slime lung infected germy guy, and it will output an average of 113.4 of polluted oxygen with slime lung, and specifically at 60 degrees. So because it's only 60 degrees, we can use a layer of water here, and then because it's infectious, the way that we are getting rid of all that, you can see here the germs, is wonderful radiation. Radiation gets rid of nasty stuff like cancer and germs. So those are our two differences. We have water here, and this one is being cooled down specifically by Wheezewort, which is doing a dual ability of cooling down and getting rid of the germs. Whereas this one, this bitch comes out at 500 C. So we have a layer of petroleum here, which you can see the petroleum is at 225 degrees Celsius, and that's actually making our oxygen really stupid fucking hot as well. But that is no match for our wonderful little liquid cooled little thing here, which brings me to the next difference, is that we have no Wheezeworts, but in fact this is being cooled down by the volcano tamer that we have right next to it. It's just convenience to cool it down right here. And so yeah, we have these two things going on, and we're getting a bunch of clay, which then is turning into a bunch of ceramic. So for today's episode, what we're gonna do, I've decided we're gonna continue our little space program that we got going on, which is we're sending the Explorer. We're sending the Explorer 5 tiles out, and then having it like scan everything in its vicinity. 3, 4, 5. So I think this might be our next spot that we have to send, and then we'll be able to scan like in this area, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here to scan more. But yeah, we're sending out our Explorer, and then sending out our Collector to get a bunch of. Let me see. Click on the Collector to collect up a bunch of databanks, because we want to get the databanks, and I want to get the petroleum engine so that we could go further and explore further and go out and collect further and all that good stuff. So that's what we got going on there, and then we're also going to use the databanks to make ourselves the data miner, but we can't do that yet because the way the data miner works is the colder the environment it is in, the more databanks it makes. So that's why we want to explore more, because I want to go get supercoolant. I want to eventually make some supercoolant, which I've never done before in my whole playthroughs, because like I don't know, I just keep playing, but then I don't. Is it gonna be here? Because fullerene. I think I need fullerene gets you supercoolant, right? Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get the petroleum rocket, and then our little guy's gonna be able to go over here to collect that, and then we'll be able to get supercoolant. So in the meantime, what we're gonna be doing for today's episode is these dudes. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna try to do shovels, and we're also gonna try to do dreckos. Now, we don't really need dreckos. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of doing a lot of everything, honestly, and then at some point this thing kind of failed me. Maybe it's not foolproof, right? But maybe it's something that I did. Maybe it's some settings that I didn't fix with how the eggs are and everything. But I do know that it has failed. I only have... How many dartles? How many dirtles would we got in here? I think that we only have 5 dartles in here. So what happened is that like the ratio between the dartles and the rexes got out of hand, and I think rexes kept dying because dartles were getting stuck in jumping in here. So like, if anything, I needed to figure out how to have these things... It was like a couple problems, right? The dartles were jumping over, but then the door would close, so then the dartles would get stuck in here, so then the rexes would starve, which means as the rexes starve, they're not pooping out brine ice, which then turns the dew drippers off because I don't have any brine ice to feed them, so then the brine... or the dew drippers aren't able to make the dew drip thingies to feed the dartles, so then the dartle count went low while the rexes went low, and like this thing is like almost dead. I'm trying to like revive the dartle count, but I don't really know how without brine ice, so they might just die out until I actually make like a brine ice maker, which I guess I guess I could do something to where I'm like pouring in brine ice into like such a really cold environment that it drips and immediately turns into ice, and I ship it over here and then restart the system. So like I could probably even put it like right here, but fuck that. We're doing we're moving on to dreckos and shovels. So I do have I have it paused because we need to like I only have 100 cycles, I guess. Well, actually, yeah, they live to 150, so I might have a good amount. I do have... Let me see, what is this, 16? I have, in my blueprints, I have a Drecko ranch. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And let me take a look at my blueprints. And by blueprints, I mean, like, I have a folder full of blueprints where I've, like, taken pictures of different... Oh my god, the game's being weird. Stop, go away. And so we're just going to go ahead and build it because I've kind of... It's like a... I think it's a build... I forgot who, like, designed it, but then I built it for myself and, like, took pictures and had my own little blueprint area. But we're gonna... It's enough talking. All right, so it's a... Altogether, it's more or less going to be a 19 by 16 with a liquid lock. So let me see. So if we do 19 by 16, we do... like this, 19 by 16, but we do require a liquid lock first. So let me count up. Hold on here. 1 second. So if it's 19 by 16, right? That's 16. Then 1, 2, 3. 19 by 16. Because if we put... In fact, we could just do it like... Okay, so we do like this. And then, well, no, we can do it down below. Let me see here. Like that? Is that the nonsense that I got going on here? And then is it 19 by 16 like this? What the hell do I have? How do I read my own freaking blueprints? See, this is why I definitely should just get the blueprint mod, right? So if I do 19 by 16 right here, it goes into this little bit. So it's actually 19 by 16 like this. To here. Let me double check if that makes sense. Because then it's actually a double layer wall right here. As I don't need that thing. And I think that's it. right? Let me see. And then there's like 3 spots right here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, like that. All right, I think that looks good. Because then we're gonna do a wall right here. And then we do, this comes down. I believe that's gonna be it. Because and then like the next problem that I got going on here is that I'm looking at my blueprint and I want to swap it. So I want 1, 2, 3. How does that look? Kind of wild, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm like swapping it or mirroring it. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm mirroring it to the other side. But I think this is gonna be good. Okay, I think that's it. So this is gonna be the ranching's gonna be in here. There's gonna be some some different kind of storages and evolving here, and then there's also gonna be breeding up here. And I think that's what I got going on here. And something like that. Nice. Okay. Okay. It's all looking good. So let's go ahead and make the shell. Right. I want to make the outer shell. So let's go ahead and cancel or turn things on, and we're gonna get the outer shell here. So let's do. Yeah, we need to get these guys in here, and we can also get a fire pole. And then let's continue the actual design, right? My dog be blepping. Dog blepping real hard. And then we can just do... Actually, all these can be like normal tiles, right? Let's get normal tiles. And we're going to do granite. And then we can do granite right there. In fact, we can do... Let's do all of this in granite. These 2 pieces will also be granite. I'll have just this outer shell. So it's going to start to look a little weird, but I think it'll be okay. How are we on the volume? I think we're all right with volume. Okay, so then we get this guy, and let me keep looking over here. And we're going to put double doors so that we can have all of the gases as we need. Let's get our liquid lock in here, because we are, in fact, going to need a liquid lock. And then let's get some stations in here. So this is all going to be... I mean, we could do steel, but fuck that. We're going to do that guy. Then we need a critter pickup. We're going to do everything out of gold. And then after that, we'll do an incubation. Building melted. What do we got going on that's melting? The iridium melted? That actually is not good. Let me see. Automation wire. Okay, so even though it's iridium, it melts. And we're above 500C, so everyone needs to just hang out in here. We're already refilling that and refilling oxygen. Let's double check how we're doing in here. You're just hanging out because at some point we started making berry sludge, so the food's all taken care of. And then they got their little guy right there. So you are missing. You're not in here. Did you leave? I don't know how you left. Oh, you like went over to visit your friend. Okay. I think they'll be okay. Let's get some gold in here. Then we get some more of these guys. We're gonna leave a space and then build another one of these and build one more of these. And that's good. So that tells me that we actually have everything sized perfectly. Let's see. We're just gonna do water because the temperatures in here aren't gonna be too crazy. Enable, copy, paste. So we'll get all that in here, and then we need this like that. And as usual, we will explain how it all works once I have like everything built. So for now, we're just gonna go over the actual building of it, and we'll look at the nice little simplicity. It's actually not too simple. We're gonna save lag real quick. Okay, and then we're gonna do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we need some food. Okay, and then I think that piece goes right there. We got to get a corner piece in here. And then we need that. And then a door. Door will go right here. We get another door right here. Do this little thing. And that. And then we can do actually a door right here as well. No, we go on the other side. And I think that's as far as like the buildings go. Let's double check that our little guys are able to get out. Yep, they got out and they don't have. All right, let's pause it just in case we need to like fix anything, because I'm always concerned that this doesn't that it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's fix this automation. So instead of going through here, we're just gonna go through. We're gonna do steel all the way. So steel, steel, steel. And then this doesn't have to be steel because this is going to be in freaking insulation. But we did finish improved hydrogen compulsion because we had all those data banks come on in. And so let's also... Ooh, I actually do want this. Let's research that. And then we do... Let's grab all this iridium. Let's grab all this crud. Everything should be good. The power will stay on. And we got the improved hydrogen rockets. So actually, what we can do now is come over here to our engine, and we're going to turn this engine into a petroleum. Space above rocket blocked. What if I deconstruct the cone? And then we can probably deconstruct... Okay, so can we do it now? Petroleum engine, space above the rocket. Do we have to deconstruct the entire rocket? Space above rocket blocked. You know what? I think it's this. I think it's actually this piece. So let's deconstruct that piece, that one. And now we should be able to do petroleum, space above rockets blocked. Let me see. Let's deconstruct all the ones on the sides here, because it might want to try to push it up. Change. Okay, let's try deconstruct this piece as well, because it's going to want to push the entire rocket up. So deconstruct that guy. Let's double check on our buildings here. Ooh, doing good. Then we're gonna need this here and this here, and this can stop. We can stop at this. Deconstruct. We're also gonna need some power, so let's get. Obviously, we'll do a large power transformer because we have the space, and then we'll get. I wanna suck everything out of here. We're going to do like this, and then we do mesh tiles. Let's get power going on in there, and then we do conductive wire. And let's see how we have our power overlay. Mostly just because I want to see... Okay, so we have it coming in through there, which doesn't really matter. So we can really just go in through anywhere. And we'll go in like this. So we'll do one of these guys. How are we doing on this? Can we do it now? Why can we not space above rocket blocked? Let's see. Can we do you? Because there's nothing here. Okay, I think this is like stupid. Because I don't want to deconstruct all this. Deconstruct. Well, what if I... Can I just change you? Well, what if we just straight up deconstruct these guys? Also, because we did some automation here, we can go ahead and do this, remove all those, and then we come over here and say new rocket, give me petroleum engine. No? Oh! These motherfuckers. Okay. Because it's going to be 35. Okay. So here we go. Which is also going to lead me to another problem of how am I going to get into using this thing? Maybe just like a door here and then going up. Oh, you fell to your death. Bye, purple puddle nut. Okay, I see what it is here. We just got to fix all this. Also, what's in here, Steam? Building lacks resources, soda fountain. I see you. Okay. Let's see if we can get all this. Wait, you're gonna get stuck there. Wait, come back. So once they have the digging like action, then I can queue up the next one. So that's why we're kind of stopping and being all silly about it. There we go. Okay, so now here we go. Please, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be sad. Look at this rocket. Can't you? I still can't build a petroleum. Is it because, like, they're gonna take up this spot here? Because it should only take up 5, right? Okay, let's test it. Let's get rid of these guys and these guys. Which, these ones are gonna be fine, but this one I'm gonna have to do that thing with. So, I still can't build a petroleum one. Meanwhile, we have all the space available. So yeah, now they're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do the thing. Okay, can I build one now? Still no. What if I get rid of this? This is like all of the space is nice and open. Now I can. Okay, what if... Okay, so what if I... Let's see here. Fine, let's build the petroleum engine, see how it looks. So here's the problem. It can't... I think... Okay. I think this might be the problem right here. These 4. So we'll double check these 4 here. And then can we change it? We still cannot. So let's get back up there and delete everything on the left side. And this fucking... Okay, I don't think that we can have these on the side, which is gonna be shitty because... So here's the thing, I wanted them all together because then the loaders and unloaders, they're able to transfer through and they can like utilize each other. So I'm gonna need to figure out how to use like the gantries then, I guess. Deconstruct. And then we need to come over here and deconstruct this one. Which is shitty. Yeah, I don't... Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how we're gonna use these gantries now. I might need to expand this left and right, just so that we can use the gantries. What I'm gonna do for now, I'm gonna ignore this. While I come over here and get this all completed. So, we're gonna do... Because this one, we have a time limit on. We can only... Our time limit is these dreckos, which I want them to stay alive. Oh, actually, no, don't put water because the frickin' floor's not built yet. But let's get power in here, or let's continue building all the stuff. That's what we gotta do here. Let's look at the automation layer, and let me look at my conveyor layer. Conveyor layer. So we need to set up a few things here. So a receptacle needs to go here. Everything out of gold. Then we're gonna do a conveyor loader out of gold because fuck you. That's why. And then we're gonna do one over here. And then we're gonna do farming or food station or critter station. The station, it's in stations. Who would have thought? Grooming station. And we put you close to here, and then next to it we put a shearing station over here. Let's get this conveyor loader. And how do we have it? We have it facing the wall right here. That looks good. Then we do another one on the edge facing the wall here. Then let's get an auto sweeper in here. Everything out of gold because gold is gold-tastic. Just like those two. Then we need one more over here. And we're going to set up some conveyor chutes. We're going to set up a chute here and here. No, not out of steel, you frickin' dummy. One goes there, one goes there. Oh, we lagging. Hold, please. We're gonna build one right there. Maybe? Hello? There we go. Then we need one right here as well. Get another conveyor chute here. I think that's it. Now we get everything hooked up. And we're gonna do the one over the station. It's gonna go over here, do one of these little guys, and then one of these little things. And then we have this one come over here. And we also want it from here. I don't know if I built one there, but let's not. Then all of this needs to come down over here. This is our conveyor rail out, meaning you're all good, you're full of items. And let's see here. Now we need this one. Actually, let's do you not that way, but we're gonna do you this way. That way this one can come in through here. Okay, what do we need here? We need this to go this direction, and we need this to come in, so into here. That looks good. And now that we have all these things set into place, let's set up some power. Set up the power. Everything needs power. And we'll do like that, and we don't need this little guy. You can piss off. Which means we have enough power to, or we have all the stuff so that we can get in the ventilation shaft. We want to get all this crap out. So we'll do that, and also this one and this one. So again, let's power things up. Make sure we got power here and here. We have our little liquid lock. Then we need, oh, we also need liquid in here. So before we build this, before we build these, let's deconstruct that. Oh, now that the floor is built, let's put some water in here. Copy, paste, and again, we will go over the entire idea of what we got going on here. Out. These guys. Out. High pressure, go away. Get all this. Power coming in. You can get down here, right? No, you cannot. I don't think we can get down here. So, well, once this is done, I'll build some, yeah, because they can access these two, which I need water in here. So once they fill up this water, I can deconstruct this and build a ladder down here, and that'll be good. So, in the time being, we're gonna come over here and figure out our little guys. Yeah, they can just go ahead and do this. Yeah, I think I might... I'm most likely gonna have to build a wall to the left over here, and then gantries across. So once we have all that out of the way, you should be able to make petroleum. But still no... Oh, there's one left right there. You must be a large petroleum rocket. How are we doing on this water? You need to be 9. You also need to be 9. That means someone probably did this one. So you can be a large rocket now. Woo! And then we can go and deconstruct all these dudes. Purple puddle nut, you are about to cause such a problem for me. Ah, yes, you caused a problem for me, purple. Always you're causing problems. Because now you're stuck in here. I know you're stuck in here. So that means we have to deconstruct all this. Joshua, why are you hurt? Purple, get the fuck out of there. And I need them to deconstruct from there. There we go. No. It's not how you do it. Okay, let's get... Some way, somehow, a singular ladder got built there. Deconstruct. So then I could probably... Oh, where the fuck? How do I fill this bitch up? Oh, that's right. I cannot. And you guys have problems now. Okay. Let's do... I'm running into all these different fucking problems. I like bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. Okay, so I have to leave at least one, right? And then, because... okay. Because these engines, because they're the large ones, they do not have, like, internal tanks. So now I need to add modules, and I need to add a liquid cargo tank. No, fuel tank, liquid cargo Large liquid cargo. Is that going to be the fuel tank? I think I have to add this. Then we also need a large oxidizer. And I think we'll just keep it like that, because then we can deconstruct this one. Can we get you up yet? Change module. We can't do that because of this. Oh, you guys need to be above, as long as it's below, you know, whatever the fuck that is. Okay. You need a fuel tank, right? So, like, just adding a liquid, this thing right here. No, liquid fuel tank. Okay. So, we don't need this. We need an actual fuel tank. Large liquid fuel tank. Yeah, we need the large fuel tank and a large oxidizer. And then the petroleum will need to go in through that. Okay, let's see how we're doing on this water situation. Can we do this like now? Because this is what's keeping me from continuing on. Actually, oh my god, I know they're just going to be fucking stupid about it. Like, look at this. Why is no one allowed, no pending, not delivered by schedule? What is this nonsense? So what we'll do is just deconstruct that, put a singular fucking ladder. No pending deliveries? Like, what the fuck, dude? Why? Why did that? Why was it like that? But anyway, I built this stupid little fucking ladder, and that was the one thing keeping all of this from going. But now we have this, and then let's get some water in here. I'm also going to need some water in this little guy here, so pick up that trash. And then we also need mealwood in here. Can we not, like, deposit water? Like, what the fuck is going on? They don't want water? Where's the water? Water's here. Water's there. Bottle filler, water. Put the water in the thing. Because this also needs water. Copy settings, paste. This needs to be liquid, water, enable auto bottle. Son of a bitch, why were you not enabled auto bottle? Okay. Alright, now that everything's here, actually, one last thing. We have to build the automation. So we'll do, which the automation is going to be really fast. Let's go to automation, critter sensors. We want 2 critter sensors. And then we also want a cycle sensor. Cycle or timer? Timer sensor. And then we will do, what kind of gates are these? A buffer, a filter, and then a buffer. A filter. A filter and a buffer. Did I just make you, what did I make you out of? Filter, make you out of gold. And then a buffer, make you also out of gold. And then let's get some automation wire. Build you out of gold. Not a bridge. And we're going to go like this. And then like this. And over here to this one. And I think that's it for the automation. Let me see if we got all the conveyors done. We're putting water in. Good, good. And now we can see that this is a stable of 96 tiles. So this is why we have 1 tile here, and we got the tiles in certain areas. And these are stables, which doesn't really matter, but it's this main one that does matter. So we can go over a couple things here. So this is going to be the Drecko Ranch, and this is going to get me reed fiber and plastic and meat. So what we'll do here, we have an evolving chamber in this nice little area right here. And once we fill this bad boy with water, we're going to put a door here so that they can't get out. And the way Dreckos work is they can't hop over. They can like hop over one, but they can't like hop over and up one, and they don't like water. So by putting these little water tiles right here, and with it still being in the room, you can obviously see that the entire room itself is a stable, but by putting these two little water pieces here and having the Dreckos, they will live on this little island, and you can see that there is a gap here and they can hop back and forth, right? So yeah, they'll stay on this island and they won't roam anywhere else. So what we're gonna do, because we're taking all the atmosphere out, because we're gonna fill it entirely with hydrogen. Because if you look at a Drecko, their backsides are going to grow inside hydrogen climates. So that's why literally everything is going to be hydrogen, except for like 1.5 layers of carbon dioxide. And the reason that we want carbon dioxide is because obviously carbon dioxide floats down here. Okay, you can actually stop. And then we'll mop that up. And then once this is good, we can mop and make sure to exit all of these little guys out. But yeah, so it'll all float down here. Carbon dioxide doing a good old float. So let's get this thing, put that back in. This guy needs to go back in here, and we needed one of these dudes to go right here. And the carbon dioxide, we need it down here because we are going to be growing mealwood, which I think we have like one. One. And if you look at the Dreckos here, they like mealwood, balm lily, pitch of peppers. But the reason we're not going to give them balm lily is because they right here, or we want to give them mealwood specifically so they can turn it into glossy Dreckos. And that's why we're feeding them mealwood. And the mealwood, if we click on these little guys, they need to live in carbon dioxide, polluted oxygen, or oxygen. And that's why we're choosing carbon dioxide, so it can just sit down here. And then moving on to the mealwoods, as you recently just saw right there, they need dirt. They need 10 kilograms of dirt. So that's why we have this conveyor receptacle. And we're going to import dirt. Good thing we have a dirt ranch here. We're making a shit ton of dirt. So we're going to need to make another one of these things. Oh, this is all polluted dirt. This is all sand. And this is wood. And then we'll make like another one that's shipping dirt out. So it'll come over here, come down here, and go over here. And then this auto sweeper is going to be able to grab the dirt from here and make sure that it's all good. And these mealwoods, I won't ever have to deal with them because the Dreckos are going to be eating them. So that's going to be their food source, right? And we'll have carbon dioxide, or we'll have hydrogen here, carbon dioxide down here to make sure the mealwoods are growing. And right now, I know you're going to not be good. So let's look at some automation here real quick. So this guy, we're going to change this dude to be reed fibers. And we're also going to change it to be plastic because it's in range of this auto sweeper of they're going to get sheared and they're going to be put up over there. And then because, or let's see, so this auto sweeper can also see both of these. And, you know, when a Drecko dies, he's going to drop meat. Or when he evolves, he meets. So whether they're on top of here or somewhere down here, both of these auto sweepers are going to be able to put the meat into here, and that's what we really need. So now we put all the eggs, because this is also going to be their breeding, because they're going to be nice and comfortable and everything. So we'll put all of the Drecko eggs, and then also when we get the damn, what are the other Dreckos? The plastic Dreckos? What the fuck are they called? You know, they're glossy. So the eggs are going to go over here. So that's what this line is. All the stuff is going to come through this line, which you can see that this one is also going to be stuff, right? So all the stuff is going to come over here and end up in this area. And then also, we'll come back to this line over here. So all the stuff is going to come over here and sit in here, and this will be our sorter. So then this auto sweeper is going to grab the plastic, the meat, eggshells, reed fiber, and it's all going to go back into our base. And then this guy, this other run here, what we got going on is that all the eggs are going to come over here, and this critter sensor is going to check to see how many critters we have in here, and if there's a certain number. So you can change these however you want, depending on how many critters you want in each room. But that's what this is going to do. It's going to say, hey, if I have less than 10 critters in here, go ahead and keep the chute open, and you can see a priority system of it'll come over here and eggs will drop into here, and then it'll close because it'll be like, okay, it's all good. So then the eggs will continue on, and this will say, hey, do we have enough eggs in here, enough critters? Yeah, we do. Okay, continue on. And it'll continue on into our evolution chamber, where they will hatch into their corresponding Dreckos and then evolve, and then this will grab the meat and yeet it on over. And so that's pretty much what we got going on here. And we have a sensor. Yeah, we got ourselves a little sensor here because little door. Yeah, the sensor is going to allow the automation of these incubators without constantly being powered on. And that's pretty much all that is. And then this conveyor, I think I also need a conveyor. Oh, no, that's right. I do need another auto sweeper here, though. And the reason we need an auto sweeper here is because this is also a stuff conveyor loader, which both of the auto sweepers can grab, from here and from here. Both these auto sweepers can grab. We have shearing stations because these are still like our little areas. Oh, I think I also need a critter drop-off. We need to put a critter drop-off because we need to keep this area filled, and that's why we have the critter pickup. So this one's going to be essential because this is where all the critters will be hanging out, and then when this is like, hey, we need some more, they'll come and grab this and bring it on over here. And then the shearing stations, because we're going to have critters hanging out in here anyway, we might as well shear them. So that's why this is also a stuff conveyor, and these two will go ahead and put all the stuff in there. So let's copy the setting and put it in here. But also this one will grab eggshells because things will be hatching in here. So we're also going to get eggshells and put it into there, which then we got to grab what are all the things that we want out of this farm and put into our little home. We're going to grab eggshells, we're going to grab meat, we're going to grab reed fiber and plastic. And also phosphorus, because these little Dreckos will eat the mealwood and poop out phosphorus. So let's also say, because this is going to be the eating area, they'll put phosphorus over here, and then that also means phosphorus needs to exit the entire farm as well. So you're done because you're overflowing, and then you're almost done, which you are. So let's deconstruct you, make sure that we got all water in here. And then a critter drop-off needs to be put right in this location. And all this will be brought out. And then we will want to put hydrogen in here. So shit ton of hydrogen. Because I don't want to run a whole hydrogen line, all my hydrogen is up there. The hydrogen's not going to be consumed. So we're just going to use a canister emptier. And I know it's kind of derpy, but whatever. Canister emptier there. Let's actually deconstruct this and put another canister emptier so that we can get through this really fast. Canister emptier. And then we'll also use the same canister emptier, probably here, honestly, to put all the carbon dioxide down here. So let's get unbreathable because hydrogen is unbreathable. And then copy that setting, paste it there, and we're going to paste it here. Oh, wait, no. We are not, sorry. We're not done. We're not done venting everything out first. Let's make sure we can pick up all the trash. Okay, no one can get up here, and that's understandable. What am I going to do about you? Gantry. How do we get this gantry going? So it needs to be... It does need to be like this. So let's bring this back. We don't need power like this, actually. So let's deconstruct all that. And what's gonna suck about the gantry... Maybe we can only have, like, 2 rockets. Because, like, how do we get the gantry over... I'll have to figure this out. Yeah, I know, my poor dartles are starving. Let's figure out this gantry problem I got going on here. Is it just gonna be like... Are we gonna set up just like a gantry? Because, like, I don't think we can put a gantry here and it, like, be okay. Also, how the fuck do I get up there now to deconstruct all these guys? So I'm also gonna need the gantry. Oh. Let's go ahead and go like this, which means we need these. And we're gonna need... Because, like, this is all just carbon dioxide, which is, like, fine. But now, we're gonna need, like, a ladder system all the way down. Who's scalding? Oh my god, why is this happening? Is it because I don't have, like, Atmo suits, enough Atmo suits? Freya, look at you. Why the fuck? I'm starting to think that, like, this 4-point system is not working out, and I need to figure out why they are somehow allowed out of here without being in an Atmo suit. Oh, we need a little more automation. Those go there, and those go there. Are you able to turn into a petroleum boy? No? Oh, because there's this. Also, what are you? You should only be carbon dioxide, right? So, we might as well do this all the way up and then do that. Which means we're going to do all this to the right as well. But these middle 2 rockets, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe they'll just be like the smaller ones, you know? So we can do... Hold on. Let's get this guy in there. No, you don't need to be iridium, I promise. And we don't need that tile. Then we don't need these. Then we don't need these. And are we okay? Actually, what if I just do destroy buildings? Deconstruct buildings all the way down. So get down here, because we need to build these guys. But I think these ones aren't going to be alright. Okay. Is there like a giant battery? I do want to change out this cargo bay to be like a large one. Large cargo bay. Wait, you're the explorer. So we don't need you. We honestly don't need a large cargo bay. Okay, let's see how we're doing on this. We're still doing the great suckening, and we're in grams. And actually what we'll do is deconstruct every other tile. so that this top portion is going to be able to get sucked out better through these pumps right here. Because right now it's only going to be able to get sucked out through here. So we'll do that. Go ahead and clean everything up. Make sure it's not all dumb. What's going on here? Body temperature? Body temperature. Why? Oh, because these are... See, this is why I want supercoolant. Because my frickin' things are dumb. Let's pick up the trash. I am trash. I am trash. So the Explorer. Let's get... you taken care of. Let's actually do one of these. Purple puddle nut, so help me. Get your stupid ass inside. Alright, so we have this thing. And yeah, look, it even showed that it needs to be all of this area. So let's see. As the Explorer, all you need is liquid fuel tank. So what we will do, I know for a fact I'm going to want the liquid fuel to be on this level. So let's go ahead and get you up here. Are these built out of... You're built out of igneous rock and you've been doing fine. So we're just going to keep doing that. So this is a platform that you can walk on. As the Explorer, we're also going to change this out to be a rover module. No, because you're gonna get one of these. Because you're gonna do exploring shit, right? So you'll be okay. Okay, so we got this going on. We got some battery going on. And as you're exploring, you can get research modules. Sure, that's okay. You're gonna need a... we're gonna add on a basic nose cone, because you need one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us 4 to play with. How are we doing over here? Still doing the great sucking of just random bullshit. Get out. Get out me life. Okay, basic nose cone. What else do we need in here? Well, what I do want is for all of you guys to finish fucking building this shit. And then we built this, that's good. And then we don't need a gantry yet because I don't know where I'm gonna want the spacefarer modules. Also, there's a ladder there. Interesting. We gotta deconstruct that and that because I gotta turn this into a petroleum boy, a large petroleum boy. And then you need change module. Okay, still can't do. Ooh, biodiesel engine? That's right. And the biodiesel, let's see. Oh, you can do the petroleum. Oh, so we don't need that thing. It was literally just this is in our way. What's wrong with you? No, you're gonna do... There you go, my bad. You're stuck. We can do petroleum. Let me see. So the height is the same. But potential range, you get more range out of petroleum engine. And you can see the engine power is 48 and the speed. So a biodiesel engine would be like your step just before petroleum. So let's get you going as a petroleum guy as well. And you're a petroleum dude as well. So let's deconstruct that little guy. Let's put these battery modules... Let's move these. Actually, I don't think that I need... I don't... the research module. What are we going to do about you? So I do know that this one, because this is the collector, we're going to change you to be a large cargo bay. And then you're going to need... So instead of a small oxidizer, you're going to be a large solid oxidizer. Then we need to change the module and get you a large fuel tank. Large liquid fuel tank. Nope. Fuck. That needs to be a fucking thing. There we go. And then we're going to get this across over here. Meaning we'll stop that real quick. Food has decayed. What food, though? Frost buns? That's okay to decay right there. How are we doing? Still sucking? 'Cause there's all this fucking crap. Micrograms, micrograms. Get out of my life. We're going to focus on these rockets while we're here. See, how am I supposed to reach that, dude? What if I gantry you over? Can we gantry? Or is it because it's all of these fucking... these things in the way? Let's try that. I think a ladder might be in the way, and that's why we can't gantry. Yes. So let's see about a gantry like this. And then gantry. So can we not do a 4-rocket like system going on here? Look at all my rockets. They all look so cool. Do I have to power the gantry? I'm pretty sure, right? So let's go ahead and get some power up in this bitch. We need one of these guys. How much power do you take? Overheat temperature to that power. 1.2 kilowatts? Boy. Okay, let's do this thing then. We'll get you like this, which means we're gonna need a third one, which means we need to deconstruct this, and this goes like this. Actually do the weird wiggle. But this will go... Let's get our power, and it'll go like this. Gonna fill this bad boy up. Then we need... What do we have? Fertilizer or oxidizer? I'm pretty sure we were doing fertilizer. Let's look at oxidizer. Oxalite. Oxalite. Oh, we don't have like any. So you're going to be fertilizer. This is unreachable. So what if we do... How are we going to reach you, child? Does this show me the range now? The destination for the current range 1 hex, potential... Why? Oh, is it because we don't have enough fuel? Which we can now do this and deconstruct these guys. And we cannot get up there. Can... Oh, wait. Yeah, we can. There you go, little guys. Hop on up there. So fill this bad boy up. You will copy the settings, paste over here. So now you should have a shit ton of petroleum, 10 kilograms, meaning you can now go still only 10. Why? Do we need to add another fuel tank? Okay, so you don't need this. We can do artifacts and we can do power, and we'll do this, but I think we need to add an additional fuel tank. What is it not liking? It's not liking, obviously, all of these. So can you still go 5 and 5 back? Okay, what about... You would think with this large petroleum rocket that you can do more. But is it literally just... Is that our only problem? We're going to do add a module. What if we add ourselves another fuel tank on top? I don't know, like, the right ratio that it should be, but we're just going to try to shove it with more fuel and see if that changes anything. Hey, we're done. We're done here. Let's deconstruct these. Let's deconstruct the weird power that I had going on here and that, and deconstruct these guys. Then we can get some hydrogen up in this bitch. And then the Dreckos. Deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. So let's get hydrogen in here. Unbreathable hydrogen. Copy. Paste. This is, in fact, a vacuum, right? Then let's get these built back in. No, actually leave them so that hydrogen can get everywhere. Pick up all the crud. There we go. Hydrogen everywhere. Perfect. That's what we want. So now we have this. And all the oxidizer. Range remaining 12 map. Rocket speed. Why can we still only go 10? Fuel consumed per hex 90. So that's why. But we just put in frickin' like a shit ton, right? By dividing the lesser of fuel remaining in oxidizer power. So we have, oh my god, so that's why. Fuel consumed per hex oxidizer. That's why, because the fucking... We actually do need more oxidizer. So, can we, what can we get rid of? Because an oxidizer is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5? Are you 5? And we only have 1. So what if we get rid of this artifact transport module and we get ourselves in a small oxidizer, large solid oxidizer. Also, is fertilizer less than or better than oxalite? Oxidizer power remaining 900 kilograms. Add module. Let's get another one of these dudes. A little small one. We really can't do much, can we? It's freaking large ass fuel tanks. So what was the limiting factor, honestly? Because if we had, we now have a shit ton of fuel, right? And it's 900 kilograms of petroleum. So 900. Okay, let's get more 450. So we might be able to go a little bit more now. How are we doing on the hydrogen? Keep pumping. So now fill this guy with fertilizer. I don't know what that dude just ran in there to go do, but whatever it is, I already don't like it. Hello, yes, can we fill my oxidizer, please? Okay, hydrogen, hydrogen. And you know what? We're going to do this dude with carbon dioxide. And we don't have anywhere to actually get carbon dioxide. Interesting. This was like a mistake to set it up over here. I honestly probably should have set it up like here. But we do need carbon dioxide. Oh, look, we have some carbon dioxide. Are you able to escape? Are you coming out? Where's the carbon dioxide at? Okay, okay. We do need carbon dioxide, and all the hydrogen will push it down. Are you oxidizing unreachable storage? naturally. So we'll set up gantries. What if we set up gantries like every every spot? Well, so the idea here is that I won't ever really need this many. I won't need this many gantries. I don't even need this gantry here, but it's because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this other rocket, because like I don't think I can have a gantry here. I would have to have it here. Okay, so let's see. How far can we go now? 15. Yeah, every one of these adds 15, which is kind of funny. Wait a fucking minute. There's oxalite. Another oxalite just for burning. I'm confused. Is it because I'm using fertilizer that it's like so shitty? Let's get an oxalite thing going on. How do I make oxalite? It's gonna be a station, maybe, or it's gonna be refinement. That seems bleachstone oxalite refinery, and we can make it in here. This will be fine. Let's actually get 2 of them. Nope, and it needs to be made out of frickin' steel. Let's get 2 of them. They're already on the power. And synthesize oxalite using oxygen and a small amount of gold. So now I'm going to have to pump in oxygen, which is obviously right. Let's get these guys in here and then pumped in. And we can have the oxalite, honestly, like be stored here or something. No. Well, if so, I would have to put it... Ooh, maybe we can store the oxalite in here. How is our little Slickster doing? Not good. He's not good. Let's heat this place up a little bit. How are we doing in here? I think we can stop with the hydrogen. We got quite a bit. We don't need that many. We honestly need the carbon dioxide to settle down here. I have like the slowest guys to make this. So it requires gold. So if we can, how can we set this up? The point of interest is in the middle. So if we set this guy up, we can set you up here. No, you take up the entire fucking... Are you like a 4x... What the fuck is your size? So I'll set up a... We'll move this. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You're doing great, but let's move you. Because you're going to take oxalite using oxygen and a small amount of gold. So we're going to have gold. We're going to have a gold container here. Set up this little dude here. And another one of these. Steel, right? Obviously. Let's make sure that you're hooked up to power. And then we're going to do a conveyor loader out of steel, obviously. Because everything needs to be fucking steel. And we will, in fact, put the oxalite in here. So what is this? Fertilizer? Okay, so let's put oxalite right there. I'm trying to think what would be a good way to do this. No, you need to be a smart bin. So here, this is what we'll do. We'll put a smart bin. And let's put this guy will go right here. And we'll have a conveyor chute right there. Let's hook all these dudes up with power. Then we're going to do conveyor. Okay, you're doing this thing. So we actually need... Ooh, this is going to be a little annoying, honestly. Some oxygen will be split off around these parts, but I think it'll be okay. And then what we'll do is set up some automation, and it will tell, we're gonna go this way. Might as well just go along this fucking route, right? The automation that we're gonna have in here, that we're making all out of steel for some reason, this smart guy is going to tell these oxalite makers to stop doing what they're doing. So let's get some gold, and we're gonna put like 10 tons. 10 tons will go in there because I think we have like a billion. Yeah, 40. So let's clean this up. Actually, stop with that. And this needs to be oxalite, but later. This needs to be gold. So fill that bitch up. And once all this is built, we're gonna want 1 ton. We're gonna 1 ton of oxalite, right? Because this takes, no, that's, okay, we'll do 10 tons of oxalite. 10 of them. And let me look at this automation real quick. How do you want to do it? Smart storage bin output sends a green signal when full. So yeah, 10 tons, it's going to be full and it'll fucking stop. And this needs to be oxalite. Add a priority of 8. That looks good. Okay, let's make sure that you're getting oxygen. You're full on gold. That's fantastic. You are going to be oxalite. And you need power. Cool, I think we're fucking good. Yeah, look at all that. We got 620. Okay. And I think it's currently being told to shut off, which is no, that's not what we want. So let's make sure that this thing is green, right? Sends a green signal when full. Okay, you know what? We need an opposite. We need to go not gate. Oh my god, what the fuck? Let's go not gate right here. And we're going to separate the automation. And then it goes up like that. How are we doing down here? How's this carbon dioxide? Not good. Body temperature, it's going to be hot. That's understandable. Do we have any cooling going on? Because that is something that we do need. What is the temperature that mealwood's like? I believe it's like base temperatures, right? 10 to 30. So what we'll do is bring this liquid loop over here. We can deconstruct these guys. Because we definitely have enough hydrogen. And then we can build these guys back up. Let's go ahead and get these nice and good. I'm going to look at my plumbing overlay real quick. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Let's go plumbing, radiant pipe, aluminum, like this. Then let's get these guys like this. And we'll figure out how we want to intertwine that in there. But for now, you're going to cool down these mealwoods. Make sure you clean up all the stuff. What were we doing? Oxalite. Okay, so you're sending your stupid signal. And then you're going to send green, which then will turn to red. So how are we doing on oxalite? Okay, I would like... yeah, this is actually going pretty well. Because the... Yeah, as it makes the oxalite, it'll shit it up over here, and this one will put it into here, and so we'll always have a shit ton of oxalite. So, as we saw earlier, right, this rocket is 15 because we have... So this is what's fucking me up, right? God damn it, I keep saying right. This is 5 tiles, whereas this one is 2 tiles. So how can I store 450 in 2, But in 5, we're only storing 900. So I want to try to put oxalite in and see if it's like more potent, more or less. And I wanna see if that's gonna be good. Because why would I spend 5 tiles doubling 450 off of 2? Like the math ain't mathin', bro. So let's get you to 9. I do want you full up. Actually, you can be like a 6. Fill this bad boy up with oxalite, and you're gonna have to come into here, grab it, and I think go all the way around and do some dumb shit. I'm just saying the math ain't there, man. Very confused. Yeah, grab that oxalite and go put it in there. Okay. I see. Fertilizer is shite. So, there we go. Oxalite is where it's at. And so with that, we have the ratio of a 2 to 1. So now we don't need this. Because we have 1800 oxidizer and 1800 fuel. And that's good. So now we don't need that. But either way, you're an explorer, so we don't necessarily need anything else really. But what we are going to do is no module MUV to be swapped. What if we... The stupid battery doesn't want to be there. What if we just deconstruct the battery? Okay. So Oxidizer's doing great. I'm glad about that. Ooh, we got Delectables? That's not right. Relocate you to here. Oh, fuck. We have these voles, and they're in the fucking way. Oh, we gotta be fast. Okay, and then we gotta get these guys in there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, let's get, We're gonna have to move these guys, like, right now. This is what we're gonna do. Where's power? Why is there power going all right there? Okay. I just need these fucking voles out of my life real quick. Just go away. And these voles need we'll go critter drop off. Drop off the voles over here. Okay, we'll deal with that here in a second. We gotta get... Yeah, these voles should not be here. I have you. Relocate you to... Nope, I need to build that first. Okay, we have this cooling loop, so let's do... Okay, I see. We're gonna go like this. And then this one needs to go like this. And then we'll be good to get it in there. Because it'll come into here, do the thing, and go out. So we don't need this gantry here. We actually need the gantry here. Critical power level. Oh my god, what are you doing, Eduardo? You fuck! Why is he stuck in here? Oh, because there's no power. Okay, deactivate this. Disable the building. But, unlock suit, and Eduardo, you're gonna get into this. Go away. Oh my god, you dumbass. Okay, is this where I want it, like, to finally be? Oh my god, why are you going in here? I promise you guys don't need to be in there. Did we settle the carbon dioxide down here? I think so. It might be enough. Let's prioritize this so that we can build and prioritize this. All of this. Everything. Everything is a priority. And this needs to be shovels. And we want 1 billion shovels. And we want to grab that shovel, wrangle you, and we want to grab this and relocate you into there. So where is that other shovel? I'm watching. I'm looking for you, mister. There you are. Wrangle you. How many did I have? 2 or 3? Shit, that was almost bad. What if I do like a wrangle command? I don't have any critters here, so it should be good. Oh, there's the third one. Okay, there should be no critters here, so I should be able to do this. Okay, and then there should be no critters in this whole area. And then no critters in this area either. I think that's all of them. I think I got them. Let's get this cooling. And we can get this mealwood cooled down. Which means this is going to have to work. Oh, uh-oh. No, it's okay, because the cooling loop's right there. It'll go over there and get cooled down. I was gonna say we might be a little fucked here. How are we doing on this carbon dioxide? I think we're good for the carbon dioxide. Let's let it settle and we'll see. But we are getting this cooled down relatively good, so we're happy there. How are we doing over here? What's our current project? I guess we can add a battery, right? We're gonna add the battery, add a battery, add a battery. Add the battery on top. And let's also add some solar panels. And that'll be it. And then we can now... are we going to... I think we'll have... Because here's the thing. I want my Spacefarer modules to all be at the same location. So I'm going to do this. The Spacefarer module will always be below the nose cone, and then we'll fill everything else. We'll make sure that it's like full of shit. So then that means that we want a gantry to be here. Or, well, you know, we can actually just have these. No, we can't have that. This is stupid. I built this kind of annoying. Let's go up. And you need to be this. And then you need to be that. No, let's not do it like that. I actually learned you need to be like this. Because then we can get the gas to come over here. And then this we'll do right here. There we go. And as far as water goes, hold on, I'm just pressing all these random ass buttons. Let's see here. Get this up here. And we need the water to come over here. And let's get ceramic like that. How are we doing over here? Body temperature still. Oh, and then last but not least, we need to get the dirt. So I think the dirt coming from here will actually be okay. So do this like this. And we're going to say right there, and you get some power. and then you will be dirt. So we'll come down here, hop over this, and then dirt needs to escape my colony through this piece, then through that piece. And this will be dirt, which then this will be all good. So as soon as the body temperature is all fine and dandy, and in fact, I think I actually did put too much carbon dioxide. So we can maybe fix that by forcibly pumping more hydrogen. We'll try that. And that's just something I'll have to keep an eye on. This needs to be dirt. Sending out the dirt. Did we get all the shovels? I see 3 shovels in here. I think that's good. So this is body temperature, which we're like kinda getting better. Let's get unbreathable hydrogen that enable copy paste. And then, in fact, let's go ahead and do the same thing. Copy, paste. So we want more hydrogen, actually. Try to push that down. Suffocating. Ellie. You're being stupid. Okay, let's do disable, unlock. This needs to be Ellie. Where are you, Ellie? Are you holding your breath? Allie, so help me God if you fucking die. Okay. I think this rocket's actually ready to go. Clear launch path. Destination set. So you're the one that you can go forever, and you're the explorer, right? So here's what we'll do. Let's fly to here. Let's clear all of this, because we need to clear all this crap. Let's see. Steve, you're being lame. Okay, we're gonna get a gantry. Probably here. So let's deconstruct this one and put in a gantry. Then we can do some dumb shit where we come down here and deconstruct all this shit. So we don't need this gas pipe. Also, what's going on with our oxygen? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this real quick. I know we want oxalite, but we want to fill our like things full of oxygen first. We don't need that. So that means we need to clear all this. How are we doing on power? Was that a battery that I plugged in right? So let's get this. Let's get this up. We're gonna go like that. And then we're gonna do right there. Deconstruct all that for me. Which, okay. We probably won't be able to deconstruct all that. At least not yet. We'll have to have this bad boy take off. And then, because the gantry is going to be there, we're going to have the actual door be there. Which means we don't want these. Deconstruct, deconstruct. So how are we doing? Oh, did we deconstruct that? Oh, we don't need any of this. So can we get in there to deconstruct that? Thank God. We're doing a little bit of a longer episode because we're trying to get all this good stuff in here. Body temperature. We're almost there. Maybe. Because I need this to be 28, Which actually, let's go ahead and bring this down to 25. I want a 25-degree base. Let's keep double checking on this thing. Yeah, we can't get that one. That's understandable. So now we got to get all this stuff out of the way. As you can see, actually. Oh, is it because it doesn't like the gantry there? Oh, so can we have these little guys on the side? I think we can have these on the side, but then we just got to move one more in to have the gantry removed. Okay, I'm interested in what we're selling here. You need more. Don't destroy the gantry yet. I have someone stuck. Fucking Arsold's dumbass is stuck. So I wonder if... Yeah, I think the gantry can't actually be there. So we'll move everything over one more, have a gantry, and have like the gantry system, and then I'll have the ladders. So that'll be good. Good thing, Arsol, you're a bionic guy. Power hooked up. We're hooking up the power. Circuit overloaded, that's fine. Arsol got out of there. Okay, let's try with deconstructing the gantry. And let's see if we can take off. I think we should be able to take off with the ladders on these sides. So launch, unassigned, unreachable module. Yeah, baby! Okay, let's, we're gonna end today's episode with us making sure that we could launch our fucking self on out of here. So, we don't need these. This pipe will be fine. These ladders might be okay. We'll see. But this is the Explorer. So, we're gonna fly off to here. We have enough fuel, we have enough oxalite. Let's check the interior. We need to re-enable this. And we don't want a suit though, so that's fine, just re-enable that. We have food, and we have enough food for about 38 days. So that's okay. 38 days is quite a bit. Arsol, you don't need to go in there. Get the fuck out. So let's go ahead and get pay in here. And I want to see if... Okay. Unassigned. What does that mean? Clear launch. Everything is good. Assign a duplicate to use this amenity. Oh, I don't need to do that. Okay. Go on, get. Does it destroy our ladders? No. Okay, we can have ladders. I don't know why I thought we couldn't. Neat. That's not where the oxalite goes. But we did just send our little dude out. Bye! So, 3.3 cycles to get there. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm over here stressing about these fucking ladders and how we can't have ladders in this area, but we definitely can. It's just that we couldn't have ladders probably in this area, and that's why it needed to be built. So I was over here stressing about these freaking gantries, but we don't need to. And in fact, I don't think I need gantries at all, because we can just keep building these little guys. Oh, we will need gantries for certain rockets, depending on if I need to like access the middle. So we can just have like those certain rockets land where we need them to be. How are we doing with this? We did in fact push down the carbon dioxide. That's what I wanted. So let's stop with this. And I wanted to push it down one layer with it blinking between this one here. Because now this is going to be a solid carbon dioxide layer. And then carbon dioxide will probably just like flicker around here, but that should be okay. So now the last thing we really need is to just freaking cool this bad boy down, which might take a while, because I don't want to put the... Yeah, I don't want to put these guys in there. I don't want to put the Dreckos in there if they're just not going to have food. It's going to be pretty upsetting. So what we can do, because we... Oh, you know what? Idea. Let's get some Wheezeworts in here, and that'll help cool it down. So actually, a fun part here is that Wheezeworts... here's actually another... Yeah, this is actually another great part about this build, is that Wheezeworts take phosphorite, right? And you know what poops out phosphorite? You guessed it. It's our little baby boy Dreckos. So what we're going to do here is the Drecko Ranch actually only requires 6 mealwoods, but this middle one is actually meant for a Wheezewort. So how we should change some of these priorities is that we're going to put all this, we're going to put that the Wheezewort is going to be a higher priority than this one, so that anytime there's phosphorite on the ground, this will want to feed it phosphorite, and then if it's full and doesn't want to eat phosphorite, it can put it over here. But right now I'm overplanting Wheezeworts so that we could try to get the temperature down, which is kind of weird. It should be good. 10 to 30, but you keep blinking to like 28 and like all this other shit. Okay. Which I think it's just exchanging the temperature with like the hydrogen, and it needs to cool down this whole room, to be honest. So what we'll do is copy, put more Wheezeworts, and hopefully we can start growing this mealwood. Because I'm going to need mealwood seeds in order to put them in here, or to plant more. So just more Wheezeworts for now. How are we doing on our rocket? Allie is suffocating because she didn't take off her suit, because this was disabled for some reason. So let's enable that. Or wait a fucking minute. Allie, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, Allie's stuck. Allie is stuck. Okay, so how are we going to get you out? You can hop over here, right? But let's get these built real fast. Let's get this built real fast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going like pretty over on our episode. So we're gonna leave Ellie stuck in here, and you'll just have to find out if she survived. You know, if you guys made it this far, I hope you're enjoying the content as we make our way through this, and we got our big rocket and everything. So we're gonna come over here, explore everything on the star map, and keep going to all these other different destinations. And it's not anything too quick that we're like focusing on. So that's why we just have one explorer, but we'll probably have like a couple miners, and then we do need to set up our collector so that we can come over and collect all these different things, and or especially so that we can get this gilded one, so we can get some fullerene so that we can make the great thing. Yeah, you know, super coolant. And yeah, like I said, I hope you guys liked the episode. So if you could show that by leaving a like, and then possibly even if you want to follow along, you can subscribe to the video, and yeah, and you'll follow along and everything, and we'll keep doing all the great stuff as we traverse this fucking thing and keep on keeping on. And hope to see you guys on the next episode. And until then, stay stringy.